away. So, good evening, guys. I hope you are doing quite well wherever you are. It's been amazing that we are here to join this particular meeting. This is a follow up of what we've been doing. I'm happy for you as the youth. You are taking the lead in making the change we so desire. This is actually how we can play a part in shaping the world and shaping our nation and shaping the youth who have the same aspiration as what we have today. So I take this opportunity to welcome you to this session. And as we have discussed, this is recorded. So for those of us who will be watching this presentation in YouTube, we are happy to host you. Kindly join us, be good subscribers, and share, watch, and make an impact to yourself and to the other generation. We also ask that we request that you be part of Kilf in wherever way you can be able to do that. It's a good organization, and I know they're here to make impact. So we are going to do a very short presentation one-on-one on actually what we have been learning and what we feel organizations across require to possess. So we are going to start with Margaret Akinyi, who will be speaking to us about impact evaluation and why it is important in organizations. So Margaret, kindly take over.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, again, good evening, everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to speak on impact evaluation and why it is important in organizations. So first, impact refers to either the positive or negative effects produced by an intervention. And impact evaluation is just the assessment of these effects that have been brought about by the intervention. So as Kilf Kenya, there are areas in which we would like to intervene in the society. These areas including leadership, governance and civic engagements, economic empowerment, capacity building, and outreach to the community. Under leadership, our mission is just to empower the youth to be selective in order to be productive by inculcating the leadership for change spirit in them. In governance and civic engagement, we would like to contribute to the political functioning of the society. In economic empowerment, we would just like to increase the youth employability in Kenya currently. As you can see, lack of employment has been an issue that has been disturbing a lot of people in the country currently. In capacity building, we are looking at mentorship programs. How can we increase how can we increase the capacity of young youths either through mentorship or through other programs? And lastly, outreach to the community, whereby we have been planning a per donation that is supposed to take place at the end of this month. Why is it important for us to have this impact evaluation? As an organization, it is important because it will enable us to determine how well the program works and if we are able now to gauge whether we are able to achieve our objectives. As skills, we've been able to be part of a lot of programs, but the thing that we've been doing mostly is mentorship programs, whereby we've held, okay, we've had mental health mentorship, and also we partnered with Matters Youth, and John Wangoi was able to talk to us about leadership and integrity. I've been able to communicate with some of our members, and I've seen that through these programs they've been able to learn, and we can say that we have been able to impact the society as Kilf Kenya. So it is important for this evaluation so that we know how well our programs are working and whether we are achieving our objectives or not. Thank you.
Good. So something quite important for us all is there's a quote by Peter Drucker that you cannot improve what you cannot measure. These are principles I've been applying across the fields I've been working on. And if you cannot actually measure whatever you are working on, you not have the opportunity to improve on it. So I am happy to hear that this is actually ongoing. This is the best strategy you are going to use. It's a feedback element which can help you to strategize and see what are the elements you need to improve as Kilf and what actually will set the pace for the future functions and the future programs you are having as Kilf. So what I want you to work on is when you'll be working on your strategic plan, I want you to include impact assessment tools into your system so that you can actually document, you can actually have impact read from maybe the organizers themselves, the sponsors and the stakeholders, as well as the people who actually receive these particular programs. So I know in maybe in the other meetings we are going to discuss, we will talk about what are the tools you have set out as an organization. So Margaret, I count on you. I count on you to follow up effectively on this so that we can build on it and make it a mantra or make it a system. On it's a systemic strategy for Kilf.
Okay.
Good. So I had given you an assignment, the whole of us last discussion on reading about starting with why by Sinek. And for those of us who read it, there were three important things inside the golden cycle of why. And it talks about three important questions. That is why, how, and what. And Simon insists that for you to differentiate as an organization, as a business unit, you need to start speaking out from the center. Why? You need to say, this is why we are doing this. So this is why we set Kilf. Then you say, this is how we are going to do it, and this is what we are trying to solve. So along the process, I want you to measure the impact in reference to the three things we have mentioned. Are you attaining your why? Are you attaining your how? And then are you attaining your worth? So thank you so much, Margaret, for the presentation. But unless you have a question from anyone or a concern, maybe we'll move to the next presenter. Gideon, I would like you to take us to the next presentation. I hope you are okay. Kindly confirm. Gideon, Evans, Evans,
Yes, sure.
yes, good, good.
Okay.
I know you
Okay.
are talking about a very important point to us. That is adaptability and resilience. Is that so?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Kindly take over.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing okay. My presentation today, I want to touch about adaptability and resilience. And we'll begin with maybe ask a question: what's adaptability and what's resilience? Anybody with anything? Because what's adaptability? What's resilience? So we learned that as independent as we are starting right now, we're going to face a lot of challenges. We're going to face a lot of negativities from outside the world, and we might feel like giving up. So when I look at these topics, I hope it is in good check to look at how are we going to rise when circumstances change, when we feel like giving up. How are we going to keep moving on? And then when I was looking at, I look at not five, but four key important things on how we're going to strengthen our adaptability and resilience amidst the challenges we're going to face as an organization. Not only as an organization, also as the youths now we're going to train. How are we going to tell them to be adaptable and resilient? How are we to tell them Never give up or never give up when they fail, but rather to rise up amid the challenges they are facing up. To rise up, to let them they need to conquer their problems if it's possible. So, first of all, I will start with the need to activate learning. What do I mean by this? They need to set intentions and develop positive learning habits. This means a change and certainty and pressure. This means the true fact that change and significant pressure make learning difficult. And these challenging times are precisely what it is important to adapt and grow. The best ways to maximize our learning and our adaptation are to be intentional about what we want to learn and to develop positive habits. So this means that pressure is going to occur, changes, and suddenly you're going to face a lot of difficulties. And that this is just a reminder that we need to be intentional. We need to set learning intentions, or rather, we need to get ourselves in the next, maybe for example, in the next 1 month, 2 months, what do you want to accomplish, and how are you to do it? So the next thing is strengthen personal adaptability and resilience. This is we need to develop awareness of our mindsets and well-being. So this means mindsets are more powerful than we once understand and are critical for adaptability. We can rewire our brain with new, more resilient minds, but we often don't. As we develop an awareness of our mindsets and well-being, especially during challenging times, we increase our ability to make purposeful, more productive choices that help us thrive in difficult times and adapt to change. Another thing, we need to deepen our connections. We need to strengthen our relationship through attention, vulnerability, empathy, and compassion. So, how we interact with people every day is going to matter a lot, especially as an organization. If we need to grow this organization, we need to interact with the stakeholders, with the youth, or we interact with whichever stakeholder we're ready to partner with, or whichever the people we're going to train along this way as our stakeholders or as our partners or as our clients. We need to deepen our connection with them. We need to show empathy, try to understand them and put ourselves in their own shoes. So, and this we want to increase the quality of our production. Another thing, we need to work as a team. So we need to create adaptable teams. We need to manage a psychologically safe and environment oriented towards learning. So if I can explain further this point, it means aligned and psychologically safe teams are the ones that will thrive and ultimately power innovation and growth during changing times. So we need to consider, for example, consider how many hours you spend working and how the environment you cultivate and facilitate your and your team's success every day. So especially, you know, you're living in period of life where we say every person is mentally challenged. We will never know or we will never understand what the person is going through unless we sit down and talk about it. So how we want to do this, especially for example, self healing. Sometimes we might be calling for meetings, and some of us don't show up. We may not know or we may not understand their main issues. Why are they not doing the mean or why are they not showing us? For example, we're going to have this conversation. Why are they not heard? So we need to nurture a psychological safe environment or rather create adaptable tools where we need to show empathy to each other. And also we need to reinforce with purpose. We need to link our actions to personal and organizational purpose. Meaning intrinsic, we need to have an intrinsic motivation from within. And this intrinsic motivation is going to fuel our life channels as well growing as an organization. So we need to have a clear sense of personal meaning to help us cut through the noise of the world and channel our energy towards what matters most, keeping us warm when things get challenging. I don't want to spend a lot of time. I'm going to send more notes on this one. I've prepared some slides. I'm going to send them through WhatsApp so that we can be able to go through everything. Thank you so much. That's what I have.
Good, good, good. That is amazing, Evans. This is an important point, and as Kilf, I want you to be very careful. And I'm going to give you this assignment to all of you as the leadership. I want you to ask yourself, statistically, in Kenya alone, how many organizations are being started in a year? And I want you to look at the trend, how many of them actually survive 5 years down the line? Start from even year one, year two, year three, and you realize a lot of organizations drop along the way. Not because they actually wanted to drop, not because they didn't have very good ideas, not because they lacked maybe in leadership and all that, but they failed to adapt and become resilient. Adaptability, as Evans told us, is the ability to actually change and innovate depending on the circumstances which are coming to us at a particular point. Resilience is the ability to bounce back when you have the problems. So let's do a very worst case scenario for us. Kilf, maybe we had estimated that we are going to do programs worth maybe 2 million in a year. Then apparently we are not able to raise this particular fee. What are we going to do? We were planning to maybe to run very good programs, but we failed to achieve them. How resilient are we as an organization? So as I speak, I hope Aman, you are preparing yourself to talk to us about strategic planning. So adaptability and resilience should be one of your strategic plan objectives. Think through as an organization, what can we actually do? What we need to prepare us to make us better whenever we have problems coming towards our way. So Aman, I hope you are ready for the presentation. Oh, Gideon, you are good? Okay, good. So Gideon, kindly take over. You are going to talk to us about strategic planning. Yes, Gideon.
Okay,
Yeah, good.
thank you
Thank you
guys
guys
for
for
this
this
opportunity.
opportunity.
Uh, Hope you
Hope
are
you are
getting
getting
me.
me. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you.
So
So
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
proceed.
proceed.
So
So
first
first
is
is
hope
hope
everyone
everyone
is
is
doing
doing
well.
well.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I've
I've
just
just
been
been
Mengi
main guest,
SI, but
but
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
speak about
speak
strategic
about
planning.
strategic planning. Yes.
So,
So
in an
in an
organization
organization
like
like
Kilf
Kilf
is
is
an
an
organization.
organization,
We
we
have
have
some
some
plans, we
plans, we
have
have
objectives
objectives
that we are
that we are
going to
going to
set
set
forth.
forth.
But
But
how are
how
we
are we
going to
going to
plan
plan
and
and
make
make
sure
sure
that
that
these
these
objectives are
objectives are
achieved,
achieved,
that
that
these
these
long-term
long-term
goals
goals
that we are
that we are
going to
going to
set
set
as an
as an
organization
organization
are
are
going to
going
be
to be
attained?
attained?
So,
So
first and
first and
foremost, I'm
foremost, I'm
going to
going to
define
define
what
what
strategic
strategic
planning
planning
is.
is.
So, it
So
is
it
a
is a
process in
process
which
in which
organization,
organization,
leaders, officials to
officials to
define
define
their
their
vision.
vision.
Do we know the
The
vision
vision
of
of
our
our
KILF
Kilf
for the
for the
future,
future,
and also
also
identify the
identify the
organization
organization
goals
goals
and
and
objectives? That
that
is the
is the
key
key
thing
thing
in an
in an
organization
organization
for
for
us to
us to
identify
identify
the
the
goals,
goals,
objectives
objectives
that
that
are
are
going to
going to
drive
drive
us
us
so
so
as
as
to
to
attain
attain
a certain
certain
ambition or
ambition
a
or a
certain
certain
dream
dream
or a
or a
vision
vision
that
that
has
has
been
been
set.
set.
So it
So it
includes
includes
establishing
establishing
the
the
sequence in
sequence in
which
which
those
those
goals
goals
should be
should be
realized
realized
so that
so
the
that the
organization
organization
can
can
reach
reach
its
its
stated
stated
vision.
vision.
So we are
So we are
going
going
out
out
to
to
establishing
establishing
how we
how
are
we are
going to
going to
achieve.
achieve.
So
So
strategic
strategic
planning
planning
that will
that will
involve
involve
how are we
how are we
going to
going to
achieve
achieve
these
these
goals?
goals.
In
In
which
which
way,
way,
in
in
what
what
way are
way
we
are we
going
going
to
to
make
make
other
other
people know
people know
about
about
this
this
organization?
organization?
In which way are we
Are we
going
going
to
to
empower
empower
young
young
leaders
leaders
as
as
an
an
organization?
organization?
so that its productivity or their productivity can be enhanced, so that an impact or their impact in the society can be felt. So that is part of planning where we have to take keen on. And also I'm going to speak also about ideas of strategic planning process. Like before you start a process, there's always an idea. We always have ideas, and then we put our ideas into we may write them down so that for remembrance, and then after that we plan for it to be for it to happen. So in this case, I'm going to speak about ideas of strategic planning process, which it builds or modifies the foundational strategic vision and mission. So we have to understand first as an organization what is our mission and what is our vision. And with that, we are able to understand and make plans that are going to make sure that vision and mission is attained. For example, in schools, mostly I can correspond with schools. Schools normally have a vision or an aim that each year they are going to set new objectives, new goals for the students so that they can go in line with the mission of the schools and vision of the school. That is a strategic plan that we as an organization have to adapt so that we can ensure that our vision as an organization, mission as well, is going to be attained. We also have to commit to the goals that drive the overall health of the organization. We have to commit to the goals. If we say that we are going to do these 1, 2, 3 things, we have to ensure that we commit to them and ensure that we do them wholeheartedly without any complaints, and also develop long-term plans to achieve the goals. In our last meeting we had, we had given us assignment to also speak on short-term and long-term goals, in which I guess it was last week where we met and also gave out our short-term goals as leaders, as depending on the part of your department. So with that, when we develop those long-term plans, we always achieve our goals. And then now to strategic plan with the sub organizations mostly, they must have this. And what are the benefits, or you can say what are the benefits of having this before I go to the process of how we have to ensure that this process comes in forth. So better strategies using logical and systematic approach. Yes, sir. Okay, so I was saying that the benefits when we have strategic plan, we are able to enhance communication.
Yes.
Like we are able to inform people about as an organization. When you are just chosen randomly, are you able to state your vision? Are you just able to state your mission? This is because we already have the plan. We already have we have already known the plan that is going to take us
Yes, you're
from
dropping.
this step to another. And in that, we enhance communication. We make our organization grow because we have already communicated with people who we don't know. It also empowers individual working together in the organization. When we have this plan, we will always be committed to that plan so that we can always work to achieve that plan. Um, on to now to the steps of strategic planning. So first, as an organization, we have to define and determine our strategic position. So after that, the third one should be always we develop our strategic plan so that we can know whether if part A fails or the plan A fails, we always have revised the plan. How was the plan? We strategize and make a change in our strategic plan and plans or our mission correctly, then we can continue with the plan and also support it. And
So you are dropping, huh?
also
Gideon?
adopt other various Maliza. That was my presentation on strategic planning.
Okay. So maybe unfortunately the last few minutes you
I hope
dropped.
we as leaders we have gained something that we have to plan so that. So thank you. That was what I heard about strategic planning and all it entails. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gideon. I think you have set
Oh,
pace.
sorry. My network was a bit unstable, but I can repeat that last part.
No, it's just okay. Because we are going to do some quick up questions on strategic plan, I see we have three guys presenting on the same. So maybe when we are going to wrap it up, we are going to do a proper quiz on the same. This is the basis for all your achievements as an organization. So I want you to actually sit down on it thoroughly. So Aman, you are going to do the next presentation on strategic
Okay,
plan.
thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, the strategic plans and their importance to the organization. First, let me define what a strategic plan is.
Yes.
These are basically some of the key areas or areas of interest with whose implementation cause great change or positive impact to the organization. These strategic plans that Kilf us are as follows. They're 6 in number. 1. To ensure that there is clarity. Second, creativity, report impact. Third, deepen and expand international partnership. Fourth, to inspire leadership. Fifth, to grow donor relations. And lastly, to expand digital presence. So when I start with the first point, which is creativity, report impact, this basically means we are able to track those who use and come into contact with us and note the way we nurtured them on particular areas. The importance of this will help the foundation to be in contact with our members. The second plan, that is expand digital presence, this simply means communication. That through communication, what are our platforms? I hope each and every member of Kilf knows that Kilf has many platforms. We are in Facebook, we are in WhatsApp, we are in YouTube, and so on. So the importance of this is that this is actually will actually help us to keep our audience into date. We will notify our audience through these platforms. Then another thing about strategic plans is about the clarity of the organization. When we talk about clarity of the organization, we have our objectives. What are our main objectives at Kilf Kenya? We have political objectives and economic objectives. Just to give the main objectives under each, the main political objective of Kilf is to redefine the arc of history by changing the perspective of youth leadership.
Mhm.
That has Kilf, our political objectives must become clear, and the main economic objective is to partner with various stakeholders to economically inculcate early investment spirits in youths. Other objectives of Kilf, that is under clarity, that our objectives must become clear to the members, to sensitize and unite all youths in building a youthful nation that can speak for itself. Another objective is empowering youths to approach leadership as service innovative. Then another is to offer leadership training to youths for effective governance in various positions. Another plan is about grow-donor relation.
Mhm.
The grow-donor relation, as a foundation, we have to look at the ways in which we can use to get sources of capital. This will actually enable us get financial muscle to help us impact the lives of various youths across the country as we focus on changing their perspective of youth leadership. Another thing about that is to inspire leadership. Under our plans, how can this leadership be inspired in youths? Okay, leadership, some will take this leadership as a privilege. That it is my privilege to be a managing director of Kilf. That I am privileged to be the ICT manager. That I am privileged to be the executive founder of Kilf. Let us, as Kilf, let us take leadership as a call where each and every member will know the position he occupies, because the reason as to why one was given a position with different titles was that each and every one of us has a duty to fulfill. You have a call. So, if your sector is going to fail, then it is you who will be contributing to that failure. So, as the members of board, what we should do is to take this leadership as service, where we will take this leadership as a call, where we are about to call and concentrate on our areas of interest to help the foundation achieve its objectives. The last is international relation. Yeah, expanding expanding international relations. How can we expand international relation and depends and expand international relation partnership? Okay, this as Kilf. Kilf is not only going to be a Kenyan thing. As youths, we should focus on making Kilf a global issue, where Kilf will be heard in different nations, where we will expand our partnership into many countries. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Collins, for the well thought issues you have raised. So, I know there is one presentation on strategic planning. Rex, you had said you do presentation for Anthony. Is Rex around?
Yeah, sure, sure. Yes,
Okay.
I'm around.
Okay, you are to do for Anthony the last presentation on strategic planning. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So kindly do it, then we do a sum up of that. In the meantime, Joan, kindly prepare yourself for the last presentation on goal setting in organization. So Rex, take over.
Okay, so, good evening, everybody. I hope you are doing well. So I'm also going to do a brief presentation on strategic planning, and definitely what I'm going to present is going to be a replica of what we supposed to have for Kenyan Innovative Leaders Foundation, that is abbreviated as Kilf Kenya. So the first thing that we have to look on when we are talking about that is strategic planning. I will not repeat myself on giving the description of what strategic planning means, because my colleague had earlier on mentioned it. So I will go straight away to the vision, mission, and maybe touch on a few values, and then give an explanation on the same. So the first thing we are looking at is the vision of Kilf Kenya. And from the vision we have is that we envision a youthful nation that can innovatively stand on its own feet amidst the dynamic part of it is that we have a mission to empower the youthful generation to be selective in order to be productive by inculcating leadership for change spirit in them. So having mentioned that, I will also mention a few values that we have as an organization as far as drawing the strategic plan is concerned. And the first one that I will mention is integrity. Before we draw the strategic plan, we first of all need to look at integrity as a whole. Are we able to drive the objectives, or rather the goals of the organization, without any supervision? Do we own the vision, or do we already feel the weight of the vision before we begin the implementation of the strategic plan that we have? Then we have collaboration. Under collaboration, we seek to carry all our objectives by bringing all key players under that particular objective on board, so that we don't sideline with other people. Let's say that we are running a program that is touching directly on education. Then the first thing we ask ourselves, who are the key players in this sector? Are we able to reach them if we are sharing the same objectives, so that we can be able to expand our base of that is causing impact? Then empowerment as the third value. Under empowerment, we understand that for anything good to happen, then we must have empowerment as a value under it. Because for us to come up with this idea of coming up with Kilf, then there is something that must have triggered our mind. That is empowerment. So we seek that as we draw the strategic plan, we have a target. Which are these groups that we want to empower? For that matter of Kilf, we are talking about the youths. So after identification, we get into action and then put modalities that we are going to use to ensure that this value of empowerment is driven home dry. Then accountability as the fourth value. You will agree with me that this is one of the key values that many have failed to put into practice. When we talk about accountability,
we know that as a non-governmental organization, we will require funds to run our programs. So in each and every action that we make, or each and every step that we make towards the implementation, are we able to account for the resources we use? Are we able to account for the impact that we are causing? Are we able to account for the donations that we receive from other well-wishers or other players of sound mind? Or will it be other stories after that? Then the fifth value is innovation. As an organization, we believe that it's high time we face leadership being our signature with a lot of creativity. Because I believe that the same qualities that were implied or applied, that is, in the 19th century, may not apply to the 21st century. In as far as we may use them as references, but it is time we collect ourselves and then ask ourselves, how are we going to innovatively impact a generation? And through this, we only need to come into a conclusion that it is time we face leadership as a service to the people or to the society that we lead. So through that, we're going to come up with innovative ways of doing that, so that we make everybody feel part and parcel of that particular process. Then the next thing that we need to look at is current situation analysis, what I would abbreviate as SWOT, that is SWOT analysis. The first S stands for strengths. The second letter, that is W, stands for weaknesses, and then the third letter O stands for opportunities. Then the last letter T stands for threats. As an organization, we seek that as we draw the strategic plan, we are able to assess and analyze our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and then strengths, so that in turn we may come up with a solid plan of countering all these four pillars that I have mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go to the goals and objectives. Under each objective, I will give the goal and the objective of that particular goal. And I'm going to major on the three main objectives of this particular organization. So the first one is leadership development. The goal is to nurture and develop leadership capabilities at personal level, group level, and corporate level. So talking of nurturing leadership at personal level, we identify potential young leaders and then take them through that is mentorship programs. We need to draw how we are going to conduct these particular mentorship programs, how we are going to do follow-ups to know where we have reached, which are some of the things that we need to put in place to form part of this strategic plan for the fruition of this particular objective. Then the objective under that I've mentioned, in a nutshell, that is to provide leadership training, mentorship programs, workshops for diverse segments of the society. Then the next objective I'm going to talk about is governance and civic engagement. Under governance and civic engagement, the goal is to foster democratically accountable and inclusive governance systems in the country. So that is the goal of this particular objective. Then the objectives under it is to collaborate with authorities to organize civic education campaigns, promote active citizen participation, and advocate for transparent governance. As we all know, ladies and gentlemen, in the just concluded election sometimes back, as research and statistics has it, the youths formed a very small part of the total number of registered voters. While we all know that a bigger percentage of citizens of this particular republic is made up of the youths. So if these people are not included in the systems of governance, and we know that this particular process, they are going to be affected either directly or indirectly because they are the majority, you find that as far as we talk about representation leadership, you get that the interest of the youths are not represented. And many a times, there is nobody to speak for the youth. So that is the objective of this particular number 2 pillar we have. Then the third one, I'm going to talk about economic empowerment. So the goal under economic empowerment is to enhance livelihoods and economic opportunities for individuals and communities. Then how we're going to do this is to invest funds in reproductive businesses, offer vocational trainings that is in partnership with institutions like TVETs, through advocating or rather championing for chances for those who are members of the organization and for those who come from certain marginalized areas. Through the organization, we plan that we identify youths in such places, then orchestrate their registration in such vocational training so that they are trained on how they can start businesses and how they can source for capital to come up with those businesses. The last thing is to support entrepreneurship through grants and resources. That is one thing that we can also do and include it under our planning. Then the next thing I will talk about strategies and initiative. The first one is leadership development, and the strategy under this is to collaboratively to create collaborate learning pathways. So the initiative under this is leadership workshops, mentorship cycles, partnership with educational.
Yes, you have dropped. Rex. So I think Rex has dropped. As we wait for him to come up, Joan, I hope you are ready with your presentation. Then Gladys, how are you? Gladys, you are good. I can see you are responding by text. So I know you are new to the discussion. We have never heard your voice. So eventually after the presentation, guys, I would like you to tell us about yourself, just a short summary as we conclude the presentation. So as we wait for Rex to come up, John, how are you? John, Madam Accountant. How are you, John?
Thank you.
You are good, eh?
Yeah,
So,
I'm good.
good. Akinyi, welcome back. So while you were away, I told guys to prepare that just after the presentation, we are going to ask every one of us to just tell us what they do and as a short bio of themselves. I know people will want to get inspiration from you people. So I know we'll give Rex an opportunity maybe at the final stage, but Joan, kindly take us through the next presentation, which will be our last presentation.
Okay, I'll be handling goal setting in organization. For a brief introduction, this is a systematic process of defining specific objectives and targets that the organization aims to achieve over a certain period of time. So, for effective goal setting, it involves several key elements and steps. One of them is clear vision and mission. Organizations should have a well-defined visions and missions statement that outlines the purpose, values, and long-term aspirations. Also, for effective goal setting, the goals should be SMART, meaning it should be specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant. Also, it should be time-bound. The third one, we should follow something called cascade approach, which means goals should follow a cascade approach where high-level strategic goals are broken down into smaller departmental and team-level goals, and this ensures that every level of the organization is working towards the same achievable objective. Also, there is employee involvement. Employees should be involved in the goal-setting process. There is a regular review and feedback. Also, there is performance metrics, which means organizations should define specific metrics or key performance indicators that will be used to measure progress towards each goal. Also, there is flexibility, where goals should be specific and time-bound. They should also allow for some flexibility to adapt to changing circumstances, market conditions, or unforeseen challenges. There is also recognition and rewards, which it is used to motivate us who are working in an organization. There is communication, whereby clear communication is essential in goal setting process. There is alignment with strategy, whereby goals should directly align with the organization's strategic plan and contribute to its long-term growth and success. Okay, strategy of achieving this goal. One is alignment with long-term strategy, which includes goals should contribute directly to the larger mission and vision, ensuring that every achievement brings the organization closer to its ultimate objectives. Another strategy is following a SMART criteria, whereby goals should be SMART, as I said, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Okay, there is also priority setting. Here we say that not all short-term goals are equally important. So organizations should prioritize goals based on their impact and alignment with strategic objectives. There is also resource allocation, whereby we should ensure that we have necessary resources, including manpower, time, budget, and technology. There is also actionable steps, whereby this involves breaking down each short-term goal into smaller actionable steps or tasks. This makes the goal more manageable and allows for progress tracking. There's also task ownership. It's another strategy whereby we assign a clear ownership of tasks related to each goal. When responsibilities are clearly defined, this increases accountability and progress becomes more organized. There is also regular monitoring is another strategy whereby we should keep a close eye on the progress of short-term goals. There is adaptability, which means we should be open to adjusting our approach if circumstances change or unexpected challenges arise. There is communication is another strategy whereby we should maintain open lines of communication among team members working on the short-term goals. There is another strategy, celebrating milestones, which means we should recognize and celebrate the achievement of milestones within short-term goals. This will boost our morale and motivate team members to continue working towards the larger objectives. There is also feedback loop, whereby creating a feedback loop to gather insights and opinions from team members is important. And the last strategy is learn from results. After achieving or not achieving a short-term goal, we should analyze the results and outcome. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much, John, for this presentation. I know your docket is about finance, and I know you'll be tight on people, about accountability and all that. So Rex, we are going to be finalizing, and Rex, and not only Rex and everyone, we are going to be closing by in the next 12 minutes. So be prepared to present something about yourself, and let all guys come in so that we can do a very good summary. And then Rex, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and that is only 2 minutes, so that you can do a short Q&A, then we close. Yes, your voice.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, now good.
Okay. So the second thing I was talking about under strategies and initiatives that organizations can embrace with the case study of Kilf Kenya. That is governance and civic engagement, and the strategy under this is inclusive community dialogues. This one will enhance civic engagement, and the initiative under this is to conduct town hall meetings, public awareness campaigns, digital platforms for citizen engagement. We have one ongoing, we have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group where we are able to engage and actually implement this particular objective. Then the third thing, we have economic empowerment. The strategy under this is sustainable entrepreneurship. Then the initiatives, some of the initiatives are microfinance initiatives, business incubators, vocational skills development programs. That is, organizations may decide to partner with various stakeholders that deal in this specific line. Then after that, we have the next thing under strategies. I'm going to talk about resource allocation. Allocating a percentage of funds raised through registration fees, donations, fundraising activities to support each objective, or money received from well-wishers. This one may also help in steering the strategic plan that an organization may decide to work with. Then we have a timeline and milestones. Under this, organizations should create a timeline that outlines the phases of each and every initiative over the next. That is what I would term as a time frame. Then you also need to identify key milestones and evaluation points so that you are able to track each and every objective that you are carrying out under your strategic plan. Then we have risk management is also important to consider risk management avenues when coming up with a strategic plan. That is, identify potential challenges and risks associated with each objective and strategy. Then you also need to develop contingent plans to address these challenges. Second last, I have a monitoring and evaluation. So it's also important to have a monitoring and evaluation in strategic plans, that is, implement performance metrics to track progress towards achieving each objective. Then the other thing you can do under monitoring and evaluation is to regularly evaluate initiatives, their effectiveness, and adapt strategies as needed. In conclusion, to summarize the strategic plan, their key components and their alignments, they should align with the objectives that the organization has. For this case, the objectives that we have as Kilf Kenya, then also emphasize the transformative impact the plan can cause in the society and those you intend to impact. And I think that is the end of my presentation. Many thanks everyone for listening. Back to you, Chair.
Yes, I don't know if that is me. Guys, you have done marvelous. This is quite commendable given that this is our second presentation. And I know we are going to be doing quite more of this, but it shows out that as Kilf, you are actually committed to what you are saying. This might be simple to maybe you people, but it will serve as lessons, it will serve as inspiration to many other people, many other youth who are trying to actually make change in Kenya and as throughout the world in all. So a very short assignment to you people. At least now, from our golden cycle, which I had shared to you to read, we said we have to focus on three things as an organization. That is the what, the how, and why. And as Sinek said, we need to start from inside going out. We need to speak to why. We need to actually tell people this is why we are in this organization. This is why we started this out. Then from there, we build it on how are we going to do it, which I can say you actually have the strategies out, and then I want us to do the what. So going out from today, I want us to focus on the following, and then you'll share a write-up of the strategic plan. Take your time, I don't want you to rush, but there is a very short assignment I want us now to activate. We are going to the last quarter, that is starting September up to December. I want us to now, you people, to tell me the activities you are going to actually implement in each of the three objectives you have as an organization. Then we quantify, we give numbers. I now want us to give numbers to your strategic plan. I want us to give accurate milestones, accurate KPIs, and then we do what Margaret told us about impact and evaluation. I think this is also something Rex has discussed. We want to actually measure what is the impact. So before doing that, practically we need to develop the impact tools. But the key thing I want to see maybe in a week's time is what we actually want to implement from September to December. You have the opportunity to include what we have done, so long as it is maybe 50% of it. But I want to see it in writing and in numbers so that we can actually quantify. And as remember, as we opened the discussion, we talked about Peter Drucker, who said that you cannot improve what you cannot measure. So to sum up the discussion for today, I'll give you the opportunity to tell us about yourself and what you are doing in Kilf. But in preparation for the next discussion we'll have with you people, we are going to be talking about the youths from age 20 to 30. How is it to be a youth between 20 to 30? What are the mistakes these people do? What are the opportunities they think they need to do? What are the thinking lines they need to capture and all that? So allow me to read the description of Gladys, who actually has a problem. So she says that she's the organizing secretary of Kilf, Kenya. That is, oh, it says Elijah Apparing. Oh, good. I think that is Elijah joined using a different name. That is okay. So thank you so much, Elijah, for being with us. So John, kindly take that opportunity. Tell us something about yourself and tell somebody who is watching this presentation, or tell them something.
Okay, my name is Joan Modoni Maina. Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Joan Modoni Maina, as I've said. I'm the director of finance in Kilf. Also, currently a bachelor student doing finance, and I'm passionate about the youth, empowering ourselves, and also, lastly, I'm a, I'm a young mother who was chosen to look forward and empower myself to be a better version of myself. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Do you mind telling us your university?
Yeah, I'm in Mount Kenya University.
Oh, okay. You are my schoolmate, your university mate. Okay. Evans?
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Maybe, yes. Evans?
Yes. Okay. Let me also say thank you again for giving me a chance to speak. Okay. My names are Evans Mosetti. My name is Evans Mosetti. A counseling psychologist by profession, but also apart from that, I'm also a teacher, a student teacher at the Catholic University of Western Africa. Sorry about that. I'm also a student teacher at the Catholic University of Western Africa, taking Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Chemistry. Apart from that, I am also the program or the programs manager, not the programs manager, but the head of leadership, development, and mentorship programs at Kilf, Kenya. Apart from that, also what I like doing when I'm off from school, I like talking to students a lot because I'm more into mental health. I like seeing people being happy, mentally stable. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Evans, John, and Elijah. So, Rex, kindly tell us something about yourself and maybe share a word to anyone who is looking at this discussion today.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. My name is Rex Raymond. I'm the founder of Kenyan Innovative Leaders Foundation, that is Kilf, Kenya. I am a student of law, Mount Kenya University, that is Parklands campus. So what I would like to tell anyone who is listening to this is that a time has come that each and every generation has got to liberate itself and out of relative obscurity redeem its purpose and work towards saving a generation. And this one will only take youths. And I believe that a mind that has been stretched by new experiences will never go back to its old dimensions. So we need to come up together, face the future, be the voices that will speak when the very many people are quiet. And as the few people who are in this initiative, we need to liberate ourselves and speak for the many of us, trust in God, and know that everything will work through when we have the foundation laid strong in the Bible. I also serve as the director of Mbanda Tech Enterprises, that is an IT and general supplies, a business based in Nairobi. Thank you so much.
You guys are amazing. So thank you for being this in this discussion. We have done quite some work. I know your guys, maybe because of network issues or something else, they have dropped out. But all in all, I want you to pass my regards to them. Tell them they're actually in the right direction, and we are looking forward for more engagement so that we can make a change in our nation. Congratulations to all of you, and let's focus on going forward together. So until next time, stay safe. So to our people who have been watching this presentation, thank you so much for joining us. We are looking forward to having you, and I hope Kilf has made an impact to you. Be part of them, see how you can be able to help in propagating their agendas and their objectives so that they can make a greater impact to all and every sundry. So thank you so much and take care of yourself, people.